Hey there, YouTube. PD Two Finger here, and I checked out the review. Anthony Fantano is a very popular music review guy on YouTube, and he has been reviewing the King Gizzard albums and giving them kind of lower scores. I know this guy loves Death Grips, is some band that he loves. Anyway, I love King Gizzard. It's some band that I love. And wow, do I love that band. I found out about them before Nonagon Infinity album came out, right when they had announced that they were going to try to do 5 albums in the year 2017, and they did. So they're prolific and they change their style often. If you're not a King Gizzard fan, you should change that. They're a 7-piece band with 2 drummers. They're young guys. They're from Australia, and they do come around. You can't see them. They're just a wonderful, wonderful band. Wonderful band. It's a rock band that has a keyboard player, a couple of guitar players, 3 guitar players in the band, double drummer. So their main thing is that their music is always different, but it's always the same. It's like you can totally tell it's King Giz, but they change styles all the time, and they've done all kinds of styles of music, including microtonal. So I don't want to spend too much time trying to introduce people to King Gizzard, because I've done that already on this channel. Because honestly, it had been a drought for me as far as new music that got me excited about, oh, this band is touring or they're releasing an album. It had been a very long time. Going back to really, I mean, the last band that really cooked my goose was a Japanese noise rock band called Melt Banana, and that's going back to like Y2K with Mike Patton, who had been doing Phantomus, Tomahawk, and all his other side projects, Mondo Kane, and then a few more that I really didn't care for so much. But that was the last time that I was really excited about an artist putting out new music. So here we find ourselves. We're coming up on 2020, and King Gizzard has just released, 15 albums, I believe. And this one is a 35-minute album, and it's a thrash metal album. Now, I've got to warn you, when you would put this up against something like Motorhead or Metallica, it's going to sound a lot tamer. There is that aggressive vocal stylings and kind of aggressive guitar stuff going on. But if you're somebody who the idea of listening to thrash or metal turns you off, trust me, you're going to love this album, because it isn't so much... it doesn't stray away from the core of what this band does, which is just make really good music, so far to the point where it's something like Vinnie Vincent Invasion song or something, that it's like, come on, you know what I mean? So it's a concept album that tells a story. I'll quickly try to go over the story. I have to warn you, I haven't listened to the album yet. I've got to get it. But it deals with the apocalypse, it deals with overpopulation, and a disease that sweeps throughout the world. And the rich people begin to formulate a plan to travel to Mars. And then I believe there is some sort of a sabotage, and that while Earth is left to its final throes of agony, and the Earth is dying, this ship is traveling through space, and it bursts into flames, sending the inhabitants straight to hell. So I believe roughly that's the story behind this album, which is called Infest, the Rat's Nest. Now, one of the things that makes this band stand out, there's a lot of things that make the band stand out, a lot, is they have a 8th member who is in charge of their graphic design and their live show, the screen behind the band, whatever you call that, not the Megatron, but they do a projection or some type of a screen. So all of that imagery that you see on the album covers, in the videos, and while they perform live, is this one guy named Jason Galea, who is in with that band. He's their 8th member. He's just as important, if not maybe even more important than some of the members in that band, because everything you see relating to this band comes directly from this one guy. And that, it's like clockwork. When I decide to do a video, the guy comes to cut the lawn. So that's one of the huge thumbs up aspects of King Gizzard, is you have this really creative guy who does wonderful. It's kind of like Pink Floyd, how Pink Floyd always really had that strong album cover, and they had trippy movies they showed on the screens. King Gizzard has that same element, which to me was a huge part of why I loved Pink Floyd. So to see another band honoring that tradition and doing as well with it as King Gizzard has done, while not copying at all, is a huge thing. Like, I'll tell you, the day that I discovered this band, I was like, wow, this band is the band that has really great, funny videos. Because at the time they had People Vultures. You could check that video out. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, People Vultures. And several other videos. I just thought Hot Wax kind of seemed like an acid trip. So I thought, oh, this band is the band that's where they really stand out, and what their strong point is. And then the more I got to know them, I'm like, this band is like every aspect of them is stand out. So they're just an awesome band. Every single one of their albums, people say that there's an album called Oddments, that they don't care for that. I love it. I love every track on that. I'm telling you, there is not a single bad track on their entire discography. I've got everything they've ever done, including the B-sides, and I really love listening to this band incessantly. So what I wanted to talk about today was the video game. They've released you can go to Mars for the Rich is what you need to type in. Let me try it here. I'm going into my Google search, Mars for the Rich. And, okay, there's the image for the album. And then, okay, the first thing that comes up is Mars for the Rich, marsfortherich.com. And that's the link that you want to click to play the video game. So, here I'm going to read from the PRP News. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard released first-person shooter video game for their song Mars for the Rich. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard's new classic thrash metal album inspired Infest the Rat's Nest album saw a release today, August 16th. Alongside it, the band had released a video game for their current single, Mars for the Rich. You can play that game in your browser now over at marsfortherich.com. It's a retro first-person shooter that draws its inspiration from Doom, finds you facing a very new on-brand enemy for the record while the song plays. The band are currently touring North America at the moment, so it looks like they're coming to Chicago at the Aragon Ballroom 8/24. So they're going to be here in 3 days, and I'm going to miss them again. I tell you, the reason that I'm not going to see this band is because they have a wild live show. It's a mosh, and I can't, with my back pain, I really have to sit to be able to enjoy myself. So I haven't seen them live. But we're going to change that at some point. Anyway, if you're a fan of the band and you didn't know about the video game, well, there you go. And if you're not a fan of the band, what's wrong with you? You're missing out on the best band to come out since Y2K. Seriously, this is it. This is the best stuff going around. The video game, yeah, it's a gimmick, but it's kind of cool. I checked it out. I played it before I made this video, and I've got to go back and spend some more time with it because it's challenging. But I just wanted to let you guys know. And hey, while you're at it, there's a guy that I ran into on the internet named Alepta, and he makes synthesizer-based music, and his channel could use some love. So if you're a fan of what I do, maybe head over to Alepta's channel and let's give him some love. I'll leave his link in the description, and you can check out some of the stuff that he does. He's got a partner who's a vocalist, and he's just a guy who works really hard making his music, and he could use some support. And what I mean by that is just more, commenting and liking and subbing and sharing, that kind of stuff that we do for each other in this community when we know somebody's working hard at what they do and they love what they do. So how about a nice warm welcome for Alepta? Let's make him feel like he's worth something today. And when you're done doing that, your good deed, go over and shoot some rats in the Mars for the Rich, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. What other band do you know that has a video game? All right, you guys. Peace.